Back to one of our main stories, President Macron in Washington for those talks with Donald Trump. European papers, though, they're reacting on the front pages. Emily Boyle is with us today. Emily.
Yes, well, lots of reactions today from the press. Let's first take a look at the French daily Le Parisien today, headlining their paper with Macron, Europe's spokesman in the face of Trump. Macron met with Donald Trump in order to plead Europe's case on Ukraine. The article says there was a mix of camaraderie and rivalry as the two presidents met in the Oval Office. The famous tug-of-war handshake was also back in full swing, although they seem to be now drifting for more of a thumb war, as we can see here in the Daily Telegraph. France's nuclear shield for Europe, their headline reads. The article explains how France is ready to use its nuclear deterrent. It goes on to explain that French fighter jets carrying nuclear weapons could be deployed to Germany, but the move would only be made if Americans withdrew their forces from the continent. Now, in Italy, La Stampa decides to go for a science fiction reference, The War of the Worlds, referring, of course, to H.G. Wells' novel of the same name, although I'm not too sure who the aliens are in this case. The article says that the drift between the two parties was evident as they disagreed on how to secure lasting peace in Ukraine.
Now, we're going to say in the US to this next story, it seems trouble is brewing in the land of Tesla. Tell us more.
Yes, exactly. This analysis piece in La Croix looks at the state of Tesla here. It says Tesla suffers from the provocations of its boss, Elon Musk. The article says that both Tesla's sales and popularity are in free fall after, in a number of countries, due to Elon's apparent support for far-right parties, his ruthless cuts to government operations, and his attempts to influence European elections. January sales in France were down 63% compared to January last year, and similar drops could be seen in Germany and Spain. Now, his troubles don't stop there. The Washington Post today saying highlighting the criticism he's coming under after what they call his latest stunt. Musk issued an ultimatum stating that government workers would have to resign if they didn't submit a 5-bullet-point list of their recent achievements. This article says that the backlash not only comes from Musk's critics, but also people they call the MAGA universe and the Trump administration. The US Office of Personnel Management said on Monday that responding to the email was not mandatory. Again, Musk's popularity falling on a number of other fronts. Look at this headline, this article here in The Guardian. More than 200,000 Canadians sign a petition to revoke Musk's citizenship.
Let's move away from car billionaires to the world of architect millionaires. What's this about, Emily?
Yes, exactly. This article in the Libé is looking at the French architect Jean Nouvel. They write here, the architect, the accountant, and the millions that have disappeared. Jean Nouvel is famous for having built the Paris Philharmonic, the Cartier Foundation, or the Abu Dhabi Louvre, but he is currently plagued with an embezzlement scandal worth 25 million euros. The article says that French authorities have requested that several of his former employees be brought in front of criminal courts. They're accused of printing off thousands of fake invoices, what they say in industrial quantities. The scandal's not the first in Jean Nouvel's career, but this time the article says he could be found guilty of corruption on a massive scale.
And some other worldly news, if you like. This is about a Chinese rover. It's made a huge discovery. It's on Mars, this, isn't it?
Exactly. Well, you wouldn't think that Mars was maybe the best destination for a beach holiday, but China's Zhurong rover has found evidence of buried sand beaches. Using ground-penetrating radar, researchers found evidence that showed there were tides, waves and sand. Unfortunately, the article says it probably would have been pretty chilly, so I don't know about you, Stuart, but perhaps not my dream summer holiday getaway.
Perhaps not. It looks lovely, though. There's no hotels, no shops, you know, maybe one day.
Nice and calm.
Emily, thanks a lot. Emily Ball there with the papers for us on France 24.